Welcome everyone back to the BookMarks.
The BookMarks.
Yes,
Woo!
nice.
I am your co-host, Mark Bookerson.
And I'm your other co-host, Marquelle Bookerson. No relation.
No relation.
And this week we're going to be reviewing the brand spanking new indie graphic novel, The Ghosts in White by Keisha Weber.
But today we also do have a special guest.
That's right, we do. That would be just go.
Yeah, now?
Yes, now, yes.
Okay, hi everyone in podcast land. I'm Jess. I'm Markelle's little sister.
We decided that because we brought Ken on the podcast and he was so atrociously awful that it was only right that we bring on Jess, who is Markelle's significantly cooler sister than
She
Ken.
is really cool.
So
Let's balance it out a
we
bit.
balanced it out, yeah.
Yeah, we did. But first, we're going to get to a word from our sponsor. We'll be right back.
All right, everything is who's there?
Easy there, lad. It's just your captain, checking on his favorite stowaway.
I thought I was the only stowaway on this ship.
The only one we know of, at least. What are you doing?
Just recording the ship's log.
The ship's log. Right. I'll leave you to it then.
Where was I just don't know what it's all for. The places you're leading us. The things we encounter. I'm just saying it's a lot. Whenever the crew follows what you tell me, something happens. Last month we faced ghost ships. Nora is still repairing the Sojourner after those half-goat, half-fish things that attacked us last week. What's next? What are we supposed to fend off next? The damn Kraken? The crew treats me like I'm more of a conspiracy theorist than prophet. The captain's clearly tired of covering for me, and I'm sure she's losing trust in me, and... Are you testing me in my faith? Have I not proven myself enough to you? I wish you would just tell me what to do. How can I understand what you want? Now, repeat after me. Sojourner's Trails is a horror fantasy audio drama by Ballard Air Productions. The pilot, Fools of the Night, is out now on the podcatcher of your choice, with more episodes coming soon.
And we are back. Jess, why don't you give our listeners a little introduction? The big artist.
Yeah, give them the breakdown.
All right, yeah. Like she said, I'm Jess. I'm an artist.
Not just
It's
an
not what
artist.
I do for a living yet.
Not just that you do though. I mean, you just sold a commission.
Oh, really?
That makes you a professional
but-
artist, Jess. Just accept it in your heart.
It was just like online. It
Doesn't matter. It's
someone
still a
got it.
commission.
That's pretty cool. That's like really, you sold a commission. That's really good for you. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. I guess technically it's professional, but I got a ways to go, I think.
I think that you are downplaying yourself too much. This girl has been drawing since she could hold a crayon in her hand, guys. Comics are your dream, you know? And she's been doing it forever now. Like you are going to be the next big thing. I know it. I know it. It's just a matter of time.
Honestly, Markelle showed me a couple of your test pages. They look really, really good. Like, I think you could
Right?
probably go professional pretty soon if you keep working
Right?
at it.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah,
Mark.
then all
That's yeah.
the Bookersons I know, barring my own family, will be famous authors, and that's really cool.
That means a lot coming from you. Let's talk about the book. That's what we're here for, right, guys? Let's talk about the book.
For sure. Totally.
Yeah,
Great
okay,
job,
let's
though.
talk about the book.
Very good job.
Thank you.
And we're back with this week's discussion about The Ghosts in White by Keisha Weber.
What a book.
Oh, this was
What a book.
Scary book. Oh.
Fun's maybe the first word I would think of,
Fun,
Marquelle.
huh? Oh, that's right. You're a scaredy cat.
No,
with
okay,
the-
I'm not a scaredy cat. Okay, no. Just sidebar, all y'all. I love every genre. Horror is not my favorite. I appreciate it from an artistic standpoint, but I have nightmares. So let's get into this book. We had our let's start with the protagonist. Yeah. So we've got Theo.
Theo, my boy.
Theo, who grows up in Perseverance, which is in Arizona.
I think it was a small town. I think it was in Georgia.
It might have been.
actually.
Yeah.
No,
I
you're right,
think
Georgia.
He moved
from
away
Arizona.
from
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah,
To
to
Georgia.
Georgia to go stay with his aunt and his uncle.
Perseverance is in Georgia. And so it's this tiny little town. I think it's based off of a real place.
Yeah, I think it is
in,
too.
In Georgia. And it's nestled in the mountains. And so we've got Theo and his aunt and his uncle. And when he moves there, all these people in the town are a little bit, there's something off, right? It's one of those classic stories where you've got this young person, because Theo's like 13, 14, and he's going through this world that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and things keep happening, and people don't believe him. They think that he's just seeing things. He just has an overactive imagination. He starts having these nightmares, and then the nightmares start to become real.
And just like for clarification, the stuff Theo is seeing is some pretty ominous things. There are times when he sees almost specters hanging above different people in the town. There are times when he sees different sort of appendages kind of just growing out of buildings, as though the buildings themselves are made of living flesh.
Yep.
There are really just all sorts of things where he feels like this town is alive in a way that is much more sinister than simply having lively people who live there. And so
Yes. And it starts to get really bad when he starts seeing these extra appendages coming out of his aunt and his uncle. And that was right around when you start learning about the eldritch being that lives in the soil under the town of Perseverance that people have been sacrificed to in order to create this hive mind.
Yeah,
Blood
because
for the
Oh my God.
basically, you find out that the small town of Perseverance was sort of made by some, pioneers a very, very long time ago, and they stumbled upon essentially a terrifying eldritch monster in their, want to, learn more about the world or whatever, that classic explorer trope. And in finding this eldritch monster, they were forced to sort of enter a pact that implicates them and all of their descendants, essentially, to bring people into this town and sort of sacrifice them to the hive mind. So the only people who are really not a part of the hive mind in this town are the descendants of the original people here, but people who, married into families.
And Theo,
because he's been brought here.
Yep.
But people who married into families and people who simply came to visit all have this odd sense about them because they've been sacrificed to this eldritch hive mind that is quite literally the town itself. The buildings, the trees, the soil
mountains.
itself, the mountain is all this being of incomprehensible scope and size and small and age. It's incomprehensibly old. As old as time itself is the closest description they give us. And, as Theo sort of finds out more and tries to escape this town because, quite frankly, he's terrified, they start putting more and more pressure on him because we find out that he is their next sacrifice, and his aunt and his uncle are already gone. They're already a part of this being.
God, I hated
It's
that
just like
scene
the
so
realization
Yeah,
on
and-
his face. It's like, oh, I thought these were like my safe people. It's like, nope. No, they're not.
Oh God,
The scene
my
where-
heart sank into my stomach with that scene.
The scene where the hand came out of the palm of the hand and just started stretching forward in this like incomprehensibly non-Euclidean like scape of hands coming forward, and like the teeth just like the mouth opened and there were significantly more teeth than there ever should be, and a mouth, and the tongue turned into this terrifying forked appendage that was like grabbing at him, and his aunt turned into this almost reptilian or snake-like terrifying hand monster. Was honestly one of the most shocking images I've ever seen in my entire life. It took a while for my eyeballs to really like get past that.
And that climax too, when he's being held down by the not affected townspeople of Perseverance because they're about to sacrifice him to this eldritch being, and it's like he has to find this power within himself in order to fight it off.
It was so good.
Oh my God, guys. I was not prepared for this. Keisha Weber's an incredible graphic artist, but this was her first foray into horror.
And out the park.
Yeah.
Out the park.
Out of the park. I mean, I was not expecting this because I've read her other books and they are typically more of the cute, romantic, sweet slice of life. This was a complete 180. And it's incredible, but it's also incredibly hard to read if you're not a huge fan of horror, which I am
Weber,
not.
do more of
And
this,
can
please. Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
and I just want to briefly mention that ending because it really leaves a lot to the viewer of whether or not Theo has truly escaped this town, or if this was like the dying thoughts of a boy who is being consumed by an eldritch being. And that was maybe more than any image the most haunting thing that stuck with me.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I had to open up some other Keisha Weber books. The one, My Most Romantic Sunshine, you know, that sweet one about the girl who falls in love.
Yeah, it's great.
With the boy in the high school. Because I needed something light and easy to read to decompress after that. I think I had to sleep with the lights on that night.
Really?
Yeah.
You had to...
What?
Marquelle.
And you didn't?
You're
What?
an adult. What do you mean you had to sleep with the lights on?
I'm not, okay, so I'm not a huge fan of horror, okay? I have an overactive imagination. Every time I would close my eyes, I mean, if I close my eyes right now, I could say, oh my God, no.
That's what's fun about it.
How is horror fun? What is so fun about being scared? I don't understand
Marquelle,
that.
just think about the sunshiny rainbow stuff. It'll be okay. The scary book is not coming to get you.
Oh my God. Thanks, Jess. Thanks a lot.
I just don't get that. How you don't... Horror's just, like, so amazing. How are you not just, like, enthralled at all points in time by it?
It can be, like, weirdly comforting to me.
Exactly. Like, you see it and it...
Yeah, like there's so much shit going on in the world that seeing it, like, stretched to its limit to like an absurd degree is like
it provides some catharsis.
Like you don't have to deal with the real stuff for a little bit. You could just kind of put your anxiety into that. I don't know.
I didn't know you were a horror fan, Jess.
Yeah.
You're into horror stuff?
Yeah, I really like horror stuff. I've drawn some horror comics myself, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
What are your favorite like horror things?
A big fan of Junji Ito.
Okay, sick. I love him.
Yeah. And just like indie horror stuff, like games like analog horror type thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I love that stuff. This is crazy. A friend of mine kind of dropped last minute, but I'm going to see Calcifer's Creek at Mind Game like in a week or so. Like, do you want to come?
I think we're getting a bit off topic here. Jess, I think I just heard Jean-Pierre saying he needed some help with the hors d'oeuvres.
Jean-Pierre is literally like a...
Yeah, no, I definitely heard him say, "Oh, will you help me with the hors d'oeuvres, please? Could you just like go and lend him a hand while we untangle these cords right here?"
Okay. All
yeah,
right, Marquelle.
I can go check on Jean-Pierre if you...
No. I need to discuss some podcast related stuff with you, Mark.
Okay.
Cool. Sorry about that, Jess.
No.
Yeah, Jean-Pierre in the kitchen. If he needs any help.
Yeah, I'll leave you two alone.
Mark, what are you doing?
What do you mean? And why did you send Jess to go help Jean-Pierre? When has Jean-Pierre literally ever needed help with hors d'oeuvres before?
No, it's not Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre is perfectly fine. He's perfectly capable. I sent her away because I wanted to talk to you. Because I feel like you are trying to cozy up to Jess right now.
Whoa. Okay, that's out of left field, I sort of feel like.
Not really. I mean, you were just trying to ask her out on a date.
I asked her if she wanted to go catch a movie as, like, friends. And, maybe I am a little bit interested in her. And
there it is.
Maybe I think she's kind of cool, but I don't see what the problem with that is. You're able to go on dates with people.
It's you specifically, and the fact that you got out of a very big relationship with Berlin not even half a year ago. You were going to propose to her.
Whoa.
And I don't think you're totally over it, and I don't want my sister to become a rebound. It's as simple as that.
It's not your decision whether or not I'm over my past relationship. That's not really your choice to make.
I'm just telling you that I don't want to see my sister get hurt. Okay? You're both adults, I guess. I mean, Jess is...
And what is it about me that makes you think I'm going to hurt your sister?
What I'm worried about is if you get into kind of a reboundy situation with her where, you get her all worked up and you get her into you and then you decide, oh, oops, I'm actually not emotionally available right now because I'm still not over my ex, my first big relationship that I was about to get married to until she broke it off with me. And I don't want that to happen to my sister. I don't want you to hurt her, Mark.
Wow. So that's how you think about me. That's how you think about me, Marquelle. Like, I just don't have the emotional maturity to know that I don't want to hurt people who I talk to, that I don't want to hurt my best friend's sister. You think I would just go do that willy-nilly for the fun of it?
No, I don't think that you would do it on purpose.
You think I would do it, though. You do still think I would do it, Marquelle. You still think I would hurt your sister just because you think that's the kind of person I am, that I just unintentionally harm people because I don't know any better.
Sometimes
you just think that little of me.
Oh, hey!
What's up, Jess?
How's your conversation between the two of you going?
That's going wonderful.
Great.
How is Jean-Pierre?
Yeah.
He's pretty great, isn't he?
Jean-Pierre, he's a really cool guy. He told me that he was in a muscle flexing contest with Muscle Man Randy Savage.
Yeah,
I believe it. He's
awesome
got
guy.
some guns, man. He's Jean-Pierre, just...
Yeah. I mean, surprising for for his line of work, but yeah, he's
Hey,
ripped.
Jess, Marquelle and I were just talking about you and I going to this movie,
Mark.
and she was telling me that you've never seen Calcifer's Creek. Is that true?
Yeah, it's on my list of stuff to see, but I haven't yet.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think this is honestly a perfect opportunity for both of us to go. I'd love to be there for your first time seeing it, and quite frankly, I think you're gonna really, really enjoy it if you're digging the ghosts in white. So honestly, I'm super excited. And hey, why don't we go to dinner afterwards? A student of Jean-Pierre actually has a restaurant that's not too far from here, and I'm sure I could get us a table.
We're getting off topic again, guys.
Yeah.
I think we're right on topic, Marquelle.
But yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, sounds great. We'll figure out. I'll text you to find out when you're free, okay?
Yeah.
And then we'll set up some time.
We are gonna go on another commercial break. Be right back.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Earth has become overpopulated. Natural resources are scarce. To solve this problem, the government has been chartering ships to transport families to uninhabited worlds.
I am Colonel Thomas. I act on the authority of Earth's Triumvirate.
I know who you are, Colonel.
Everything seems to be going good until the wrong planet is colonized.
No longer will you destroy the lives of people on other planets.
Fire!
From the creator of Out of the Ashes comes a new sci-fi thriller that shows what happens to the human race when they're thrust into survival mode.
Prepare yourselves for
the hunting season.
Coming this fall to your favorite podcatcher.
We're back, right?
Yeah, sorry, we're back.
We are definitely
Okay,
back,
okay, yeah. So, I was thinking a little bit more about how the book this week, the graphic novel style, reminded me of when Marquelle and I used to make graphic novel comics of our own.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool,
Yeah.
Jesse. You've been making graphic novels for how long now?
Since we were both in middle school,
Yeah.
right, Jess? Yeah, she used to draw and I used to write the plots and the dialogue, and it was a cooperative project. And yeah, we
What
did
sort
that.
of stuff were you interested in drawing as a child, Jess?
Well, like, I would draw, like, I would draw...
She would draw a lot of animals and
Yeah.
like magical girls and that sort of thing. You went through a horse phase for a while there.
Resident horse girl, what do you want from me?
And then you went through the centaur phase, and then you went through the mermaid phase.
Thanks so much for that, Marquelle, but I was sort of asking Jess, so I would just kind of like to know what the artist's own personal opinions are about their work.
Well-
I appreciate, you giving a little more background, but I really am just interested in Jess's opinion
I'm
here.
just trying to help, Mark.
Oh, and the help is
Is,
noted.
you both good?
Great,
Yeah,
phenomenal,
we're fine.
wonderful,
We're totally
spectacular.
great.
Okay, Marquelle.
Jess?
So we, a lot of times, what I drew would be, is she would write things first, and I would draw for them, so I got a lot of practice drawing a lot of different things. For the
Yeah.
comics, I did a lot of like doodles on my own, and that's where like the centaurs and the mermaids were and such. Like trying.
Well, we did that whole series
So
all through
interesting.
middle school, right?
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
there were like 7 books of that, and you did all the art for that. I mean, that was a lot of work.
It was, but it was super fun,
Wow.
and it got my mind off school, and other
Yeah, and it
things,
got-
So
It got some attention too, because you remember we were showing that around, and all the other kids were like, "Oh my God, who drew this?" Because they couldn't believe that somebody in middle school would do such beautiful art. But I mean, that's you. You've been making gorgeous art since you were a kid.
I'm sure you do make gorgeous art, Jess, even more gorgeous than the art I've seen, quite frankly.
oh, you guys, thank you.
Oh, of course, it really almost speaks to me on some level, right? Because I also know what it's like to really want to be an artist from a young age. I think we really connect in that way, Jess. When I was just a small little baby boy, I loved so dearly the written word. And my siblings, Jennifer, Kennifer, they didn't really get it. It didn't really appeal to them. But my mother, she loved my writing so much. And she just loved to nurture the small voice that was inside of her small child. And as she sort of grew older along with me, she became less interested in my writings, and it became a little lonely. Being an artist can be so lonely, and sometimes I just feel so alone and lonesome, and like it's just something about seeing another artist who just gets it. It really makes me feel almost a sense of kinship, a bond, I would even say,
Yeah.
with a fellow artist such as yourself.
Marquelle,
Yeah.
I'm seeing that look on your face.
What are you talking about? I am not. I'm fine. I don't have a look.
Seeing
I am.
you.
I am completely neutral. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you sure?
Nope, I'm fine. Everything's
See,
fine.
you're
Everything is
smiling
fine.
really tightly.
Yeah.
like
no,
that.
we're just here to do our book podcast. Isn't that right, Mark? We're just
Oh my
here
gosh,
to talk
it's
about
so
this
true.
shared passion between friends. Good friends who go way
Great
back.
friends who go way
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And we're just so happy to have someone as talented and as multifaceted and as deep as you, Jess.
Now you're just trying to butter me up or something.
Oh, I would never, ever, ever do that.
Never, Mark?
Never.
No, not once.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Mark, are you good too? Because you're like kind of talking a little weird, you know?
Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm pretty okay.
Okay, all right. I'm just, yeah. I'm. Maybe. So the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Ghosts in White
Yes.
by Keisha Weber. Yes, it was very, very excellent novel. Well written, well illustrated, and yeah.
Make some more of these.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great book. Did you? Yeah, I thought it was an awesome book, and I'm happy that we were able to discuss it with you, Jess. And
I'm happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to that movie.
yeah, I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a really awesome time. I think we're gonna really enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
This has been the BookMarks. Follow us on social media.
Yep, we're on all the
And-
socials, every single one of them, updated almost daily.
And we will see you in the next one.
With another hot read.
Starring the vocal talents of Mark Bookerson as Cody Smith,
Marquelle Bookerson, played by Virginia Lee.
Jess Bookerson, played by Rebecca Sternberg.
Our podcast is supported by people like you. You can support us and other shows made by WGC by subscribing to WGC Productions on Patreon. And you can follow us at WithGoodCo on Instagram and Twitter, and at WGC Productions on Tumblr and Facebook.